It's not always easy to create a supplement. I'm sure you know this. I think a lot of people just believe it's okay. It's a bunch of people in like lab coats, kind of putting things together, testing it. And of course, that is R&D, you could say. But I found that, especially in the supplement world, that isn't very regulated and kind of has a Wild West approach to it in many ways. I've been in this realm where I've talked to formulating companies, and others are just like, you got to make it cheap as can be. It needs to have certain margins on it, and you got to go with products that are being trendy right now, right? And just kind of find those mixtures that sound good, that are going to have some sort of reaction in the body. We don't know exactly amongst everyone what that is, but just jump on the trend, market it, and profit off of it. And they usually get people behind it, right? Whether it's a celebrity or a health influence or anything like that. I find that not many people are truly understanding the synergies of what they're adding together, which is something I definitely saw in yours. And it is something I was speaking with a guest yesterday about this, that you got to go in it with, it is an art. It is like putting together a meal that you can't just throw, a bunch of whatever is cool and hot in the kitchen, like right now, together on a piece of meat and be like, wow, look at this, it's going to taste good. No, it usually isn't. And so how do you start, let's say, from a 0 point of what's our next product to get to those formulations? Because all of yours are, basically combined ingredient supplements, correct?
Yes. Yeah. And it is an art, right? Just
Yeah.
like if we lined up 7 chefs right now to cook the same thing, there's going to be minor differences, but they're going to have their own spin. So this is something we live and breathe.
Mm,
So first off, when we identify a therapeutic target, whether it's metabolic dysfunction, heart disease, big buckets that we see most people are looking or struggling to help naturally control or support. We then start tapping into the latest research. What is that saying? What are those emerging ingredients, right? We try to take this very disruptive approach. How do we create something that no one's been willing to do, because it's usually really expensive, right? So we take cost completely out of it. We say what's going to be the best therapeutic outcome, and then we work backwards. So from there, we align with people that are very deep into the research, whether they're performing it themselves or reading a ton of literature, and we get that feedback. That's one bucket. The second bucket is aligning with different health practitioners from all different backgrounds, from various points around the country, because people are seeing different things. And we say, well, what are you using right now in your practice that's making the biggest impact?
mhm.
Right? Whether it's that patient feedback of what's making them feel better versus blood chemistry. Where are we seeing things move the needle, and then at what dose? And then we put that in a bucket. And then it's usually some sort of synergy where we take a little bit of each and create this unique stack. Part of our special sauce is creating this wide net within the body. So we hit multiple pathways rather than just one ingredient, one target. It's a hit or miss. We may miss, we may hit. We try to do a little bit of incredible ingredients at the right doses, creating this synergistic advantage to help drive the body into a better position. And for the most part, right, we're seeing that trickle down effect where you may have been taking this for X, Y, and Z, but all these other things start evolving. Or when we start honing in on gut dysfunction, other things that weren't intended were also improving. And so it is an art, it's a craft. We may not always get it completely right, right? So we're always staying nimble with our manufacturers, with our suppliers, to be able to tweak things to get to the desired outcome. And technology is always evolving, especially in the longevity space. But our commitment to our frontline providers, that we're going to be that extension to do a lot of the heavy lifting for them. So Healthgevity is naturally becoming this brand that practitioners are turning to when they need to make a big difference. Everything we're doing is capsule-based. We're very conscious of pill fatigue and compliance and convenience, because these are really important things for the end user, the one that's listening, on how do we set you up for success day one, 6 months down the line, year two, year five. So, and people's health goals, as you know, are going to change. And so how do we stay relevant? How do we, identify movements or changes in their body today, but then keep that updated and relevant as time goes on?
Yeah, I really love that approach because it is a holistic one. And I remember working with a company from Germany that's been around for over 100 years. And they all said, a true supplement, a remedy for the body should be more than the sum of its parts. You could throw those ingredients in there, but they should all work together to uplift the body in a way that separately they would not. And I think that's what you're accomplishing here.